All right, welcome to Jack Dodson's Racing Insider News with Scott Allen. He's going to be here in a second, but we want to go ahead and get started. Here you go.
I got come.
Wait, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Why he's here. It's my show. Why he's here. Mine.
What? Are you happy with yourself, Jack?
And also, I want to also know right here now, Jared is officially not the champion.
Not now. Not champion.
Not the champion as of right now.
Anything could happen.
But there isn't.
Yeah,
But
somebody could get stuffed.
How many points ahead are you?
I couldn't even tell you.
I mean, I couldn't either. You got 12 wins?
Something like that.
And
all of them.
I
I don't know who that is. No.
and Scott don't have any.
Oh, no.
Scott?
I got my driver coach. I don't know if he's going to be here at the next race.
Who, Riley?
Yeah. He volunteered.
Riley probably doesn't want. Riley probably don't want to help you either. I mean, he's done one like 14 straight. So.
I
don't understand what all y'all got to, poor Scott. He's having a hard time. I saw the picture where he's pulling in behind you. In the truck,
yeah,
in the truck and everything.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that was a smart ass comment he made because that's about as close as he's going to get.
Yeah, the parking lot. Yeah. I mean,
and then you're in the winter sticker going up to the sticker on the car. I thought that was hilarious.
I had to do it. As soon as I seen it, I had to do that. It's too easy.
Yeah, right. Look, so a few weeks ago, I come riding over there on a golf cart, and he was over there. I said, Jared, I just want to get like this close to you. He's like, don't do that again.
I don't think it's I'm not even going to make a comment, Bill. I didn't say anything about it. As soon as we find out it's official, we're going to have some real fun with that. So anyway, all right, you want to go ahead and do the
got to thank our sponsors. What's up, Doug? Mason. At least he parks after the race and before the night's over. That's a good one.
I know where that's coming from.
What's up, Greer? So we got to thank our sponsors. Oops, wrong ones. Langley Speedway, Bill Mullis, Langley Speedway, Vaughn Crittenden, Chuck Hall, Chief, Safety Clean, Performance Plus Motor Oil, Black Acid Apparel, 811 NC 811, MPM Marketing. So if you need a marketing person, they handle all that stuff for you.
When you're winning,
yeah. When you're as popular as I am, you need somebody like that.
Okay, I get that.
Just so you know,
that's the reason why they wouldn't have nothing to do with it.
Factory Canopies. Can't thank those guys enough. But we got some chairs coming from Factory Canopies. So Factory Canopies, can't thank those guys enough. Pepsi, even though we're having some Chick-fil-A tonight. Bondurant Brothers Distillery. You ain't old enough to drink, are you?
Nope, not yet.
You're 18.
18.
But you know the thing about Bondurant Brothers.
You haven't drink anything. You don't have to say it.
No.
Just kidding.
Never.
Anyway, but before you go past Bondurant Brothers Distillery, I want to congratulate Robert. He's done got him a girlfriend now. I mean,
What's his name?
I ain't going there, as good as that guy's been to me, I ain't gonna say that like that.
Ruthless.
And we got to thank, and last but not least, GAC, Great American Company Enterprise. Can't thank those guys enough. And that's for somebody to come to this country and then name their company after America is pretty cool. No matter how great this country is.
And it'd be a red, white, and blue insignia and everything.
Yeah, that
what's the
just
guy's
says
name
a lot.
again?
G.
Guillermo Amaya.
G.
Close enough, right? It works.
It sounds like that's what everybody else calls him, but that's what I'm going to call him.
Before we get going on, Jared, because I got a feeling it's going to be interesting. We're going to go over the winners from this past weekend in the Cup Series. Kurt Busch got the win. And that was a shock. I mean,
it was a good race. It was. He got lucky.
He got real lucky.
But he did. But I'm going to tell you what. I thought the 21 was going to blow by him. And you talk about some defensive driving. Kurt pulled out all the little tricks that you could. Jumped early, jumped a little bit late, and screwed him up on the restarts to get a jump. And
paid off.
20, yeah.
Something Jared hadn't had to worry about too much. In the Xfinity Series, Chase Briscoe got the win. Truck Series, Austin Hill got the win. The K&N East Series, Ty Gibbs got his 8th win of the year, but the championship went to Sam Mayer. In the ARCA West race, Gracie Trotter got the win. Now, Gracie Trotter got a win 2 weeks ago at Hickory and became only the 4th female to win a race at Hickory Speedway in the late model division. And then now she's the only female to win an ARCA race. Now, everybody jumped all over the fact they said, well, Haley Diggin won when the series was called K&N. And now it's ARCA, and you go back through all the history of ARCA, she's the first one. So
yeah,
that's how that worked.
Big kudos to her.
Stafford Speedway, the modified, Ron Silk won. In the SRL All-American Speedway race, Derek Thorne got the win. First time Derek's been in the winner's circle in a long time. At Citrus County Speedway in Florida, the Wheelman Late Model Series, Brooke Storr got win number 4 for the year.
Oh, really?
That's a pretty cool deal. And down at Anderson in the CRA Junior Late Model Division, the person we had on not too long ago, Katie Hedinger, finished 2nd and has won the Junior Late Model Championship at Anderson. So that's pretty cool. And she is a GMS developmental driver. Down at Bristol, the CRA Super Series, Trevor Knowles got the win. At Bristol, the Pro Late Models, Josh Brock got the win. At Hickory, Sam Butler got both wins at Hickory Speedway. Up at Dominion, the Bandos, some kid named Music won twice. I mean, you know,
I'm sure people probably can't wait for him to move up, but with his age, he's got a couple years before he can move up.
Really?
I mean, I think he's only 12. I think he just turned 12, if I'm not mistaken.
In the late model series, I understand Josh Berry went up there and had a pretty good day himself and kind of put a whooping on the boys up there. Peyton Sellers and everybody was there. Josh Berry got both late model wins. Tommy Jackson Jr. got the win in the Legends, and the Modifieds, Chris Humlet got the win. In some other news from this past, today, I guess, it'll be the thing we have to say. Jeff Andrews and Chad Knaus have been promoted at Hendrick Motorsports. Some of the best kept secrets you ever heard. Jeff Andrews will become the executive vice president and general manager, and Chad Knaus will not be a crew chief next year. He's coming off the box and will be staying at home, and he will be the vice president of competition at Hendrick Motorsports.
Well, I mean, he's got a couple of kids now, and we kind of knew this was the writing was on the wall the last couple of years.
And when I was talking to some people from down there, earlier today, they said that this has been in the works for a while. So everybody wanted to blame William Byron for running him out of the sport, but I don't think William Byron had anything to do with it.
No, I mean, we had kind of known that him and Jeff or one of them is probably going to take Hendrick Motorsports over at some point.
All right, Dominion Speedway has canceled their October 3rd races up there. I'm not sure what the reason is behind it, but all I know is October 3rd is canceled. Tomorrow, NASCAR comes out with their 2021 schedule. Already known in this schedule, there will be no races at Chicago. There will be no races at Kentucky for any division of NASCAR.
Oh, really?
So
Who owns those two racetracks?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking Kentucky.
That's,
Bruce Smith.
I think so.
So anyway, but all the NASCAR divisions are not going to be running at Chicago or Kentucky next year. Now, also that stated they may come back in 2022 for one race if they can fit them in the schedule. Don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Also came out today, everybody's really hot on this. I heard it 400 times over the weekend. There's going to be a dirt cup race.
Oh, for sure.
Next year at Bristol Motor Speedway.
I mean, we've heard some rumblings about that. I mean, they have done a dirt race there before.
Again, that is not official, just like Jared Clark is not the 2020 Pro 6 champion yet. Going to win it, but he ain't got it yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm going to say it like it is. He's probably going to win it because look what his competition is.
Not much.
Oh, I like you already. You ever wanted to host a show like this?
I might, yeah. I mean, I'm bringing the viewers. I don't got to.
Homestead is also going to be moving to the second race of the season after Daytona this coming year. The All-Star race is moving to Texas. And Texas is because the All-Star race is going to the Texas Motor Speedway. They're losing their second event to the Texas World Speedway. The big 2.5 miles Texas World Speedway.
I don't even know nothing about it.
Yeah, that's the word. That's what's going to happen there.
Is the Daytona road course going to become on the
They
schedule?
didn't say anything about the Daytona road course yet. We'll know that tomorrow. But these are some of the highlights. And some also heard that Indianapolis has got a press conference scheduled for tomorrow. As soon as it comes out, they've got a press conference scheduled. Understand Charlotte has a press conference scheduled as soon as all this. So there's going to be some interesting stuff coming up, but they can't do anything until that's known. This week, driver of the week. It's a Clark.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Clark.
Just not you.
That's not me. It's not me. Exactly.
Logan Clark got his first Virginia racer win this past weekend at the Dominion Raceway. So he is our driver of the week. And our driver of the month for September, Gracie Trotter, is going to be the driver of the month.
Yeah.
I don't think you could have gone anywhere better than that with Gracie Trotter. The
No.
only thing we could have gave it to Jared Clark because he's undefeated.
That's a good point.
But then we got But then
I'm gonna rough him up next race.
got to catch him first.
Gotta get there first.
But I know we thought about it. Not anything bad against Jared or anything like that. But we measured up the competition we got.
Yeah.
And if Gracie Trotter out, she had a little more
Oh, I'm
competition.
sure. Yeah. Actually, I had people close. Same lap.
Well, I'm gonna give Scott. All right, that's the news for now. But I'm gonna give Scott some credit. I don't usually give him credit for anything. And I already know what the deal was. Okay, so I know you were just stroking it there at the end of that race.
No. I'm serious. I'm being 100% serious.
Anyway, it sure looked like it to me, and I'm gonna say it was anyway. You were stroking it there, and Scott was beginning to. I mean, he was almost on the same straightaway.
Really? I can't see what happened. I didn't know.
Hibby said, thanks for stealing his pictures from Bristol.
Tell Hibby I put up there that it's from various sources because we can't go to these places right now. So,
well, you should have gave him credit. That's all.
I didn't know who I was getting them from. I just got outside. That's the reason I put various sources.
What's up, George? Ethan Ayers said that he whooped him. Dave, what's up? Danny? I keep wanting to call Dave Danny, Dave.
I'm sure they appreciate that.
I know, right? Yeah. Dwight, what's up, Dwight? How you feeling, buddy? And yeah, Ethan, yeah, Chick-fil-A is sponsoring us tonight.
They are.
I'm
not gonna
I
say
got some food. So
I'm not going to say Chick-fil-A. I'm going to say the Clarks are.
Yeah, there we go. All right. That's pretty fair.
Maybe they just went
I'm gonna say Miss Clark. What do we got?
Let's see where Jason Eason Spanky.
But yeah,
I
I was getting down to his comment.
So-
What's up, Spanky? And I seen somewhere the other day. I seen you where you said call or something. We do got to call Spanky and see how he's checking. I hope you're feeling well. Said Texas World Speedway has been closed for years.
Well, it's a Texas whatever. It's the big track that the Indy cars run in Texas. I thought it was Texas World Speedway. Whoever.
Mason.
Tell them to look it up. It's got to be Mason Dunn. Mason Dunn's got to be the one.
What's up, Ryan Pitt?
But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll see tomorrow when it comes out. That's all I'm going to say.
Any news on Matty D keeping us riding? I don't know. That's a good question.
I really don't know.
That's I didn't even think about. Well, I guess I thought he was probably pretty secure, and with the sponsorship, but being that Menards is not coming back to the 21 or not going to sponsor anything apparently, which is kind of a surprise.
Yep.
So that is a big question on Guido, as we call him in the garage. That I wouldn't be surprised. That's a good one. I mean, if you're the 21 team, what do you do? I mean, if somebody brings some sponsorship, I don't think Matt has anything or any sponsors that come along. They're pretty small, I would imagine.
Well, it'd be interesting to see what happens, and you know.
But you got Eric Jones keep floating out there, and we know he's a good shoe. That would be a pretty good fit.
Also,
so that's hard to say.
I'm hearing you're gonna hear 2 openings probably in the 37-47 camp next year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two cars there. There's going to be possibility of the 21. You still have the 48 open. The 96 has an opening, but now that's kind of taking a back seat with Michael Jordan and Denny getting their team. But anyway, all right, let's have a talk with the
Randy Nestor says, accept him as a friend on Facebook. And tell him about Steve Adams. I don't know about Steve Adams.
Steve Adams is a go-kart driver. We put him down for a driver of the week.
And you got the 43.
You know, Robert Hibby is. You know Robert Hibby?
I do not.
Thank God.
You know if you see him.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk to Jared.
Who? I put your name up there. Then if you notice that it says Jack, who, and Scott.
I was looking at that. I was wondering who that was, but I guess that's me. I appreciate that. I love it.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, you're not the champion yet.
No, not yet.
So now, you got how many races left?
3, I believe, right?
3. That's 3 more wins. And
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe. We're gonna try.
you got 3 more wins. As far as I would love to see Scott, get up there and mix it up with you guys.
Love.
Would it be nice?
It would be nice. Yeah.
It would be nice to see you kind of give him a little tap every now and then.
Absolutely, yeah. Make him scared.
But I mean, I've seen a couple times out here where he ran in the back of you on the restarts and all this other
He's ruthless on me. Ruthless. I mean, this thing ran, yeah. And beat me, wrecked me.
Hey, damn right.
Well, anyway, so now we're getting ready to end this season. How's with the coronavirus? How's that affected you? I mean, it ain't affected you when you're out here racing. I know that, but how's it affect you otherwise?
Probably mainly sponsors, getting sponsors on the car. The COVID stuff, we kind of scared to really sponsor a car. But other than that, not much really. I mean, other than obviously the racing season, we're kind of bummed and had to start so late. But
yeah,
it's been fine so far. Nothing too bad.
And now, what's your plans for going ahead?
We're looking at different options. I mean, if something straight up came available, I mean, we take it. But I mean, nothing's set in stone as of now. But I mean, we're looking at a couple things. I can't give up beating Scott yet. I like it too much.
Right. Now, has this been season compared to last season to this season? Obviously, there's been a big change. We got a few guys that are not in it.
Yeah.
What was your expectations coming in this year?
Well, with after the COVID stuff came out, we knew the season was starting late. I didn't think we would still be missing this many cars. I mean, I thought we'd still have more than we have. I didn't think all of them would come, but I still would thought it'd be more. But yeah, probably the car count will definitely be the biggest for me. Yeah, and it's a shame. It really is. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of cars out there, and this class is a fairly economical class to run.
Compared to like late models.
Yeah.
I mean, the class is basically you and Jason Machad.
Yeah, I agree.
Jason Machad could possibly win.
Yeah, he's doing awesome.
He could possibly win. We know Scott can't, and I'm not going to go anywhere else. But you got a good chance to win it all this year. You won it last year and didn't even win a race.
I know, didn't even win a race, so it feels good this year. Finally get a race in. Yeah.
So what was it like to win the first one this year?
The first race?
Yeah.
It felt pretty good. I'm serious. As soon as I got to start finish line, I think I was in tears. I was like, I did it. I finally got it done.
I don't mean to burst your bubble.
There we go.
I don't mean to burst your bubble, but when you look back on it and you say, I won my first race, but damn, Scott Allen was in it.
What is that saying?
Now, you've raced against Scott and other things, haven't you?
No.
I
Did you do the arena racing?
I don't
It was
think.
after you were out,
Yeah, I think I'd
right?
already left.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd already left the ring?
Not unless we might have run when they came to Hampton. I ran that one race.
I think we raced in Richmond anyways. But it doesn't matter, I raced in the kids class anyways.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well, they should have put Scott in the kids' class.
Should have.
You know, anybody turn around on the track and run into somebody head on.
I didn't think we were going to bring that up, but since you did it, I mean.
Hey, I bring it up every chance I get.
Yeah. So just remember that, Jared.
I don't want to make him mad. You know what he'll do.
If he turns around out here,
I'm running.
if he turns around out here and comes down after you head on, you know what I'd do? I would just let him get right almost to me, move out of the way, make him look stupid.
Yeah.
And then to let somebody else worry about it.
Yeah, really.
It did work out for Scott.
Yeah, that didn't work out at all for him. So, I mean, who all helps you with your car and everything? I know I'm sure you have a pretty good crew to help you out. I mean, winning 12 races, you got to have some good people working with
Oh,
you.
yeah. I mean, the biggest support is all my parents, obviously, and all they do. I couldn't do any of this without them. And then, of course, we got the drying company and Thermal Tech. They sponsor us as well. And then we have the junk luggers.
What's the junk luggers?
It's like 1-800-GOT-JUNK, but 10 times better.
Oh, okay.
Junk luggers is way better. Yep. And then the drying company.
That's where your car could win last.
That's where it did go
I stuck the
last
truck there, but it didn't pick anything up.
year.
And then the drying companies, insulation, encapsulation, and then they're now doing gutters as well. And then Lively Gang is some family friends that have been helping us do go-kart racing and all the racing stuff. And they wanted to contribute a little bit, and they've definitely been helped. And then, of course, Tommy Spencer Motorsports, they've been doing a blast. I drove the late model race I drove. That was his car.
You got Tommy's number?
No, I forgot it. Sorry.
Yeah.
How was the late model race?
It was. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. The power a lot different than the Pro 6. Other than that, the car was and heavy.
Double the.
Yeah, bigger, heavier. And that was a really big thing. Going in the corner, you could really feel how heavier the car was than the Pro 6. Yeah, and then obviously the speed. I mean, I'm not used to taking off that fast. I had to definitely get used to it. Definitely to practice. It was fun. Had a blast.
And you didn't have to worry about Scott being out
Didn't
there.
have to worry about Scott.
So he was safe.
Yeah, I was safe. Didn't make him mad.
Well, that's true. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So everything looks like you may try something new next year if the possibility of opens up. You try something new.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm open for anything. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Tell Dad to get up right. Go ahead and write a check.
That's what I'm saying. Write the check already. I mean, come on.
It's easy.
It's easy. I mean, I'll write it. All you got to do is sign it. I mean,
Don't just sign it and then you'll write the figure.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to put the figures up there.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
You
somebody
don't need to know.
Now, what is the deal here? You know, you and Jason, both you guys have our stickers on your car, and in the car that keeps running behind you, and hasn't done. I mean, you know, Jason's run pretty good at times this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Led some laps.
Yeah, he did.
and had our sticker on the car. You had stickers on the
Yeah.
car. Now that third place car.
And who was that again?
Well, I ain't gonna call no names out
Okay,
loud.
all right, that's fair.
We'll let Scott Allen worry about that later.
Yeah, okay.
But he don't even have a sticker on his
Don't
car.
have the sticker. He didn't get that $2,500 check. That's because
What?
Well, you know, I try to be you know, equal with it. So
I mean, it's got his name on it. I mean,
you and Jason, and I just give them $2,500 apiece.
Yeah. I mean,
Now you know why you're running so far behind.
Apparently.
But I did some research, Scott, this past week. You know,
Mhm.
you know how I am.
Yeah.
But I went down and looked at it, and it's pretty much 40 some wins in cars with our stickers on it this year.
And how much have I contributed?
Your name's not even on the list.
yeah, I don't see it.
But you know, that's pretty cool. I mean, Jared and Riley Music.
He likes to take his stickers of credit for everybody's winning.
It's kind of funny how they get on there and they start winning. I mean, they're winning, right? You have none on your car and they ain't even come close. You smelled it a couple times. And I'm still saying Jarrett was kind of stroking it there. But anyway,
Hmm.
so why do you think that the car count's gone down in the Pro 6 division this year?
I'm sure just because of COVID, and I'm sure they were just unsure what the season was going to hold, if we were even going to be able to finish the whole season. I'm sure next year the car count will go up at least by 2 cars. The 2 cars that I know 2 cars should be coming back the next race. The Josh Taylor's old car,
Okay.
and then
Have we confirmed that? I don't know who that other guy is.
I don't either. I'm not for sure, but we're hoping. And then there's another car that came out here last year. When it came out in practice and it wrecked that one time.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
I could not remember. No.
I'd forgotten all about
Yeah,
it.
but supposedly someone's purchased that car and they've got it ready. Hopefully it comes
Okay.
back.
That's it. Yeah, I get $2,500 per episode. Yeah, Jack.
No, you don't.
That's me. I get that.
Either one of y'all get it. But I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna come up. I've been trying to come up with this game that,
A game.
yeah, for that moonshine.
Oh.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little thing. If Jared Clark wins the last 3 races in Pro 6,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not asking, I didn't put your name in there. If Jared Clark wins the last 3, I'm going to, everybody who agrees with me that Jared Clark's going to win the last 3 races, I'm going to put your name in there and we're going to draw it out and you're going to get some of Bondrett Brothers Distillery moonshine.
And what if I dethrone him?
That's a good point.
How you going to dethrone him?
I'm
You
gonna
might-
rough him up. You seen how he was on the start? I'm gonna rough him up.
Hey, it's
You-
ruthless.
Yeah, you know what? If he jumps the start like that just to hit you, don't worry about it. Just let him push you down through there and get out of his way.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Anybody wants to get in on it and agrees with me that Jared Clark's gonna win all 3 of the remaining Pro 6 races. I'm gonna put your name in the hat for a drawing. So far, ain't nobody put nothing.
Dang. Wow, high hopes for Scott over here.
I'm gonna announce it again this week and make sure everybody knows about it. So we'll come up with something.
Says Chris Eastring will be there next
Yeah.
Pro 6 race. He's the green rookie. Okay, so that's the
That's the-
72, right?
No, that's the other one. That's the other one. That's not Josh Taylor's car.
Okay.
The other car.
Okay, cool deal. I can't wait to hopefully come on out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Please come out. We'll need the car.
Yeah, because
count.
there's plenty of cars out there.
Yeah, they're out there. I mean,
I just don't know. They're just sitting. I know the 22 sitting. I can't remember Travis's number.
44
No,
and the
44
dash.
dash. When those cars are sitting out there, just waiting to come out,
Yeah.
and they're good cars.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they'll come back.
What's the deal with Dash? I mean, I thought he was running pretty good last year at times, wasn't he?
Yeah. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I didn't.
No, I mean Dash does okay. And actually, I mean, he does a pretty good job. I'm not going to bash Dash. Dash is a good kid. Doug said no. Jason. Oh, Jason's going to win. What an X3. Jason has gotten better.
He gets
I mean,
close.
really-
He's doing an awesome job.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's.
I didn't get by him the last time. I was trying really hard. Just setting. What's up, Gary? But it has been somewhat of a fun year in the Pro 6 class. I mean, it does suck we don't have that many cars.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll come back next year, or hopefully we get a few this year. I look forward to seeing Chris come out next week for the next race. And I wish our car had been, we went through, I guess, 3-4 races there where the motor not running, and it was pissing me off. It's a pain in the ass to come here and work on your car all damn day. And you go in the corner and it just goes, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, motherfucker. Then you can't work on the car to try to get to catch Jared over here.
No, that's not me. I'm not the 2020 champion.
No, we
No,
already
he's not,
established that.
he's not the 2020
I'm
champion
not.
yet.
No.
Oh, Brandon said he cut his own food tonight.
Butterbean
He's moving up. His
he
mom
is
used to have to cut his
he
steak.
is mature.
Mama ain't got to cut your steak, does she?
Nope.
You can do it yourself.
Finally.
Well, Butterbeans had to have his mama cut his steak for him. So anyway, who we got there?
Looks like we got Bob in the queues. Look, he's about ready.
Well,
Look, he's already smiling.
Before we bring Bob on, it's going to be tough for Scott and I to go to these races in the future if we ever get to go to a race again in the future. But it's going to be tough to go and not have a guy like Bob Levine as part of the racing. I mean, not being out there with us. And, the times we've spent with Bob, he's taught us a lot of things. He's been, he would come and talk to us at the shop. He'd sit down and talk with us. We go to the racetrack. We could go to his hauler and sit down and he would talk with us. He never shook us off. He never blew us off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to miss him.
And divulge some information at times and trust us not to tell everybody.
But there's you know that when you have somebody like Bob, that if he tells you something, if he doesn't want it told, you're not going to tell it because
take it to the bank.
But you know that what he's telling you is factual. And I tell you, I was talking to Bob. I said it's not going to be the same, but we'll get him on here and we'll talk with him and want to see how he's doing. And
what's up, Bob? How you doing, buddy?
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Good, man.
We are great. And I tell you, Bob, I'm being sincere when I say we're going to have a hard time going to these races without you being there and being a part of it, because we have grown very attached to Levine Family Racing, and we feel like we were a part of things every now and then when we came around.
You definitely were, and I feel the same way, Jack Scott. That's of the things I'm going to miss about NASCAR. I call it friends, y'all, friends in the garage, and fans. And the combination of friends and fans are, they're commingled. They're really one and the same. That's what I'm going to miss most, right alongside being with our guys at the track, because that was, Sharon and I, over the 10 years, we would just go and sit behind the hauler, and that's what we did. Watch our guys, be with them, let them know we support them. And so that's what I'm missing already this year, but maybe it's just helping me get a jump on a complete absence of it for next year.
What are you going to do on your weekends, Bob?
Well, let me share that with you, Scott. When we came back from Phoenix in March 9th, that was on a Monday after Phoenix, we were prepared and get ready to fly to Atlanta to go to the Atlanta race. And that Wednesday night when they shut down, as you remember, the basketball game, I texted Jeremy right then and said, hey, call me first thing in the morning, because I just felt that we were heading into territory that we haven't ever been before. And he did, and we laid out a plan, because Sharon and I canceled our trip on, I think, that Thursday, so we didn't fly there. The guys flew there, but kind of the end of the story. Then our season ended, and it had been 10 years. Like I said, that was in March, and by April, we had a few weekends off here at the farm, and it started to warm up. And for the first time in 10 years, we got to enjoy being around our place on top of the hill around our pool for up until Sharon was operated on 4 weeks ago. So that's been very pleasant, that we have a kind of a life together again. So it's less stress. And that's one of the things that helped us decide, besides the economics of what's going on, was that it was time that we had a life again. And it wasn't just dedicated to NASCAR and our people, that we did something for ourselves. So it's a, oxymoron. I really love being with our guys at the track and the competition of racing. but I really love my time with my wife also and our family. So it's bittersweet. And so to answer your question, we've laid around the pool a lot, and occasionally gone up to our place in Oklahoma, do some work up there. So kind of nice not to be getting on flights every weekend, like we had been for 10 years.
The thing with COVID and everything that's taking place, is that really, I mean, did that play a major part of what was going on in your decision making process?
Yes, because of the uncertainty, Jack, and we were a essential business here in Texas. What we've done, we've maintained our projects and still going. My concern was this year's our biggest spend ever on our program. And we knew that, we realized that, but we also anticipated the next gen car coming in 2021, and there would be really no alliance in 2021 per se like it is now, and that's where a big portion of our money goes is to the alliance.
Yeah.
And so we had already said, okay, we know we're going to spend in 2020 to set us up, for lack of a better term, gain positions and owner points, gain a better position in point standings, and raise the competition level of our team. We've had a pretty up and down year, and we've had a lot of bad things happen. A lot we've controlled ourselves, and a lot hasn't. So that part hasn't worked out, but we still have a lot of speed in our car, and so the potential is there. So we kind of done what we set out to do, but we were using this year as a stepping stone for next year on being on our own with Toyota and TRD, and single car, and then hopefully to find enough sponsorship to have two cars eventually. And we were satisfied that then we could be a very good competitive team, middle of the road budget, because we had just came up that way. We spent what we needed, not what we wanted.
Yeah.
And that was the motto in our garage. Hey, we will spend on what we need, not what we want. And that's probably one of the things that NASCAR's, I'll say we, because still need to work on, is a spending cap, because it has been so lucrative with a lot of the bigger teams and sponsorships, and had the money. Middle of the road teams didn't, and the other teams from 30 on back didn't worry about it because they were the ones making money. So it is a really diverse group of people who run in our series.
Bob, when you made that decision to go ahead and come out of the sport, how hard was that on you? I mean, you were a part of the sport for a long time. You've gone through many phases in this sport. You've had many ups and downs in the sport. But I know that moment had to be really tough on you and your family and everybody.
Yeah, it was, Jack, still is. I call it still going through the grieving process, because we put our literally heart and lives and souls, and Sharon and I moved and got a house in North Carolina and spent a lot of time up there. And so it wasn't a hobby. And I think, well, I'm sure we put together a good group of people and a good plan. So, COVID did, and back to what I really didn't finish, was the construction in Texas, is not suffering now, but my concern was majority of our work is school work. So there's bond elections can hold to build schools in 2 times a year, one in May and one in November. The May one was canceled because of COVID, and so there was no schools on the board to go out to vote on and then to build. And then I got a feeling that there's not going to be that many in November, also because nobody wants to get caught up in a general election, particularly a presidential election, because everybody's disposition is pretty bad. and so you got a lot of negative people voting, and it's easy to vote down a bond issue. Really needs to take place. So we're looking until next May before any school bonds will probably come up of any size to be built, and then it's 6 or 8 months after that before drawings are ready and able to build the schools. So it was really next year when I forecasted that it could be really tough on us. And so we needed to start not spending money now in order to make it through that time period then.
Yeah.
And I just could not. And we got a 41-year-old construction company, and I just could not, for the people here who's worked hard for that many years, put in jeopardy, for us racing on a business that's not a moneymaker. It's strictly a well that we throw money down.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we have people up there that's, we've had to, will be relocated per se. And, but again, we could not take the chance of spending our money on racing and then not having a good reserve to sit here while work comes back in Texas.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would blame you that. I gotta ask before we go too far. How what's Michael gonna do?
He has several options.
Good.
And in fact, he likes his technology. He has a production company, and he's also talking to another race team. And they just bought a new house in North Carolina. So, and they have a new 7-month-old now.
Oh, nice.
Our first great grandson. And so he would like to be closer to family, but he owes it to himself. He's smart. He knows what he's doing. He makes somebody a really good employee. And so he's investigating the potentials of him staying in NASCAR. And I'm not pushing it either way, or making calls on his behalf. He's smart enough to handle it himself, and he will, we just know the Lord will work it out for him. He and Kenda and James.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's got to be exciting, the great grandchild.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's man, they grow so fast. He's 7 months old, and it's amazing what they can do.
So you probably say the same thing about Michael.
I kind of related to him when, he's 30 or 30, maybe 31 in October 20th, 19, excuse me. And when James was born, I said, man, I can remember you being here at the house, brought you home from the hospital and colicking in the middle of the night at 2:00, walking him back and forth and back and forth. And says, those are the happy days. So yeah, he's come a long way, in those years, and really grown up here within a mile of us. And in fact, when he was in high school, he and I, for 4 years, we went to the gym together every morning at 6:00. Shared to make us burritos to sit in the parking lot and eat after we worked out. We worked out together, sit in the parking lot with a protein shake, eat our burrito. He would go on to school. I'd come home and get cleaned up and go to the office. So, he's, when we say family, and I think that, when we say family, it's really meaningful, and family's family to us.
For sure.
And that's what the Levine family racing was all about, was family. And, the good thing is we appreciate the fact that you brought those values to the sport, to your team. And it meant a lot to know that that's how you felt about your team.
Well, that's again, another tough part of making that decision that Sharon and I Englished over was the people. In fact, the deal that I negotiated, with Spire was predicated upon them agreeing to keep as many people there as wanted to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And so to keep jobs, because we had, I was amazed at the number of people that was interested in our organization, our stuff, our charter, and so we could have gotten more out of it, but they were the one group that wanted to race. A lot of others didn't kind of know, and so we sacrificed some money on the sale to try to keep our people working, which was important to us, guys. It's just, it's what you do. You just try to help people.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets before we let you go?
Any regrets?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some. But no regrets because of the great people we've met in NASCAR. You two, foremost, right up there with them, because that's one of the cool things. I always know when Charlotte came around, I was going to go to the shop and y'all were going to be sitting there waiting on me. Or get close to the practice time, I'd get in the golf cart, run over to the hauler. You two would be sitting there waiting on me. So that was pretty cool, just chat with y'all, getting to know you, and appreciate what y'all mean to our sport.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it, Bob, and we really do. And it's kind of neat that I could truly say, and vice versa, that we would call you a friend, not really just a team owner that we talk to.
Well, it's so probably the regret is, when I got into it to help somebody get a ride. And I never intended on spending this much money in NASCAR. I really didn't. I did not ever think about winning a race. It was just trying to help this young man out. And then I liked it. I liked the competition. I liked learning about it. And it's very, Wally Rogers, our very first crew chief and general manager, Wally, would tell me, Bob, it will eat you alive if you let it. And so that helped me in holding our spending down, of spending for what we needed, not what we wanted. But it's still, when the charter system came in, I had a chance to back out then and would have saved a bundle of money. But I was too competitive, and that was probably where, if I say I made I regret that. That one I probably can say I regret that, because this is a terrible thing to say, but I'm going to tell you guys straight up front that last year, the second half of the year, is the only fun our team, I'll say Jeremy and Michael and I, have had in the last 5 years, because of the stress and trying to make it work. With Matt driving for us last year, we had a different program, and the second half of the year, we got everybody finally together, and the new team. That was really fun, because we weren't expected to do what we were doing, and we made some great runs. We won at Bristol, and Matt's just a super young man, and Jeremy and I were talking about that this afternoon, about what we enjoyed, didn't enjoy, and we agreed that was the best time we've had in 5 years. And because of COVID and everything, 2020 is 2020, and hopefully we won't have hindsight of 2020 for a long time.
You're right about that.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. You are going to be greatly missed in this sport by everybody, mostly Scott and I. But we really appreciate the fact that you took your time to talk to two guys from little old Virginia that, it's Scott can't drive his way out of a wet paper bag and stuff like that. But you took time to talk to us, and we kind of popped in on you a couple times when things were kind of interesting, and we didn't say nothing about it. But thank you for being a part of it and being a part of our show and being a part of the sport. And let me tell you, I'm going to miss you. And hopefully somewhere down the road, somewhere, we'll run into each other again. I try to come to Texas every now and then just to say I went to Texas. So maybe sometime I'll come down and look you up or something, and at least say hi to you, because I don't know if we can go without seeing you around.
Well, Jack, Scott, I'm really proud to call you two friends, and I will be making trips to North Carolina and working on my book. And so I have an office there for most of the next year also. So I'll be around and harassing some people, and hopefully y'all two will be too included.
There you go.
We hope so, because we want to come and see you. And because we don't want to let you go, but we're going to have to. We know there's possibility that things like this happens. It's part of the sport. And but again, thank you, Bob, and we appreciate everything you've done for us.
Jack, Scott, appreciate you too, and friends always remain friends.
All right, Bob. Thank you a lot, and I appreciate you taking your time, because I know you probably didn't really want to talk about it too much. Appreciate you.
Yeah, this is the only one I've got scheduled to talk about, so I appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Okay, good night, guys.
See you, buddy. Yeah.
You can't get
better
any
guy.
better than Bob Levine. I'm sorry. We go in the shops, and we just walked in the shop, and he stopped what he was doing. He'd come and talk to us.
They'd have a fan day when Casey Kane was driving for him, and he just brung us in the back office with him, Casey, and all the team guys, and we just sat there and, shout shit.
Just like we were part of
like, there's food over there, go get you something to eat.
It makes you feel like, okay, we're part of this. And he did do, and he's right. We did sit around a lot of times waiting on him to get there.
But a super nice guy. And involved some, behind the scenes information to us several times. And he'd always say this was not public knowledge, but he always was open with us. And except a few times, I forgot what I'd asked him. He said, "That's a good question, Scott." That's how he answered it.
I think about the time we walked in, and when they were purchasing that charter, and I had already heard rumblings of what was going on. So we walk in and we pass the guy going out. And what did Bob tell us? You didn't see nothing.
Yeah, we had one team owner, I can't think of his name, Tommy Baldwin, was leaving his shop as we were walking in, and then while we're in there, what's his name? The Burger King.
Yeah, I can't think of his name off the top of my head either.
Levine.
No, it's oh well, and that, who we're talking about.
He was in there, and they were talking, and they were like, "Look, we y'all got to go." But you ain't seen nothing. There was two guys, and they obviously they were negotiating, but it was pretty cool. But great guys, great family. His grandson runs the team. That's who we're talking about, Michael Levine, and apparently he's going to stay in the sport.
So you probably want to continue the sports down the road somewhere.
Yeah.
But the thing would be to hook up with if you're ever looking like. To hook up with somebody like a Bob Levine, he will be the guy that he would fight for you, and he will do everything he can to give you everything you need. And he did it for Matt DiBenedetto a couple years ago. Not sure how this whole Christopher Bell thing. I didn't ask the question, and I wasn't about to ask the question whether the Christopher Bell thing left a bad taste in his mouth because of everything that's been taking place there, but. Not knowing Bob, it didn't, but I'm just saying, you never can tell.
Yeah, so. And the person who got him going was David Starr. He was just sponsoring David Starr to help him. That's how it all started. Yeah. And then he ended up buying a team from Roush Racing. Dave, Bob is definitely a class act. Truly is a nice guy. All right, we got Cody King here.
Wait a minute. What, Roy ain't on here yet?
No, I don't. Roy's no.
Oh, where's Roy Martin? But we'll go ahead.
In the chat, right?
Yeah. Well, when is Cody supposed to be on?
8:00.
Oh, well, we got Cody here.
We might as well do Cody while we got him here.
We'll knock Cody out, not physically, but so. What's up, Cody? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good, man.
Now, you going to take offense to what he said? He said he wanted us to go ahead and knock you out.
I'm
take offense to it?
I'm bigger than he is.
So what's going on in Cody King's world, man? I mean, you got a lot going on.
Yeah, I just got done with a football game and been thinking about what just been thinking about the show. But we got a lot going on this year. We ran the CRA Junior Late Model Series, got a few fast times there, and had a chance to win a few races. Just didn't work out well. And then we ran the NX Legend car. That went really well. We got a few wins and a couple top fives and all that.
So did you race against Katie Hedinger in the CRA series?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
She didn't beat you, did she?
Yeah, she did.
So have you started looking at what's going on for next year? I mean, we got a guy here that he's looking at his options for next year. What are your options for next year? Are you got something in the works?
Next year we're going to race at least 10 races for Lee Folk Racing down in North Carolina, and we're gonna set up our CRA car, and we're gonna go probably race the Big 8 Series with that.
So are you racing any more this year, or are you done for the year?
We should be done for the year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. So is there any thoughts that somewhere down the line you may want to move to North Carolina to do some racing up in this area?
Yeah, eventually maybe. It just I got to see how it plays out, my whole racing career. If we're still in it by the time I'm 18 and we're serious about it, we might end up doing that.
Okay, cool. So have you been working with Tanya at MPM? I mean, I'm sure she kind of keeps y'all going.
Yeah, she helps a lot, looking for sponsorship and all that. But she's.
Well, as long as she teaches you things, I saw the thing the other day with Nolan Pope, when he had his little problem the other day, and I was thinking Tanya didn't teach him that.
She's really good at teaching me how to behave and all that.
So next year you're gonna race some for Lee Falk. Is that going to be in like the car series, or is that going to be just different racetracks?
Just a bunch of different stuff. We're gonna probably race down at Hickory in the limited, and maybe at Tri-County areas like that.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, you need to come up here to Langley Speedway and run some up here at Langley.
I'll see about it.
We might be able to find you a Pro 6 to drive, because I got the up and coming champion. He's already won one championship. We got another. He's pretty much on his way to the next one. And then we got one of his main competitors.
I'm gonna wreck him next week.
So maybe you could come up here and show them both how to race and how to be nice to each other.
Yeah, I'd love to come up there. Them cars, they sound fun.
Yeah, we get Tanya to come up here and work with Scott, teach him how to talk and how to act, and we'd be all right.
I don't know if she's got that much time. So, Cody, how did you get started in racing?
I started the day before I turned 7 in go-karts, and raced that for, I want to say 4 years. And then I moved on to the Bandolero, the NX Bandolero. We did really good in that, so we decided we're going to move up to the Legend and try the CRA stuff. And in the Legend, we did really good, and CRA, it was awesome.
So are you playing football this year?
Oh, yeah, I just got done with a football game.
Oh, okay. What position you play?
I play wide receiver and safety.
Oh, okay. Well, that must be pretty talented then. What can I say? You're definitely an athlete, right?
Yeah, I try at least.
Now, do you have rules like a lot of these kids that if you have to keep your in order to keep racing?
Yeah,
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 you,
I do.
You sound real confident on it.
yeah.
That's
That's a good thing.
Have we had a problem with grades yet?
No, I'm still keeping them up, and
So, what grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
Just kidding.
Well, you're getting old. You're getting old. You need to hurry up and get along here a little bit because you're getting old. We don't. When you get as old as you are, you got to start looking for some rides somewhere.
He's already running some late model stuff.
Well, Cuddy, thank you for being with us tonight, man. I know you got a lot going on and coming back from a football game and everything. We appreciate you giving us some time. And maybe since you're finished with the season, maybe next year before the season starts, we get you on here and we find out about all what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, but can I take a minute quick before I'm off to just thank everyone who makes it
Take
so
as long
possible?
as you need.
All right. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad, my grandparents, Omen's Performance, House Motorsports, the Heights family, J3 Renovation and Design, Capital Sign Company, 4Y Promotions, BKP Art, Wiley X Glasses, Spare Ranch on the Island, Leaf Folk Racing and Development, MPM Marketing. And you can also follow me on social media on TikTok and Twitter at CodyKing_14 and on Instagram and Facebook at Cody King Motorsports.
And wait a minute now. You said TikTok?
Can you teach Jack some TikTok stuff?
I don't know nothing about TikTok, but I watch it. I watch everything come.
He's got a TikTok. I keep saying we got to do a video, but he's refusing.
Do you do videos?
Yeah, but they're mostly racing related.
Oh, they're mostly racing. Hey, they're racing related. There's some stuff that ain't racing related on TikTok. So anyway, all right, Cody, appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you again real soon. Maybe hopefully next year when things get started. Maybe we won't have COVID-19 next year for you to have to deal with.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And thank you guys for talking to me, and I'd love to talk to you guys again.
All right, we
thanks,
will.
buddy.
We'll talk to
Good
you
luck,
again.
Man.
And go. You need to go take a shower. Football game's over now.
Yep. All right.
All right, we got Roy in the queue here. I guess he's the official at Bowman Gray Stadium, or it has been for a long time. He's giving me a nod.
We'll get back to you in a minute, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It says it
Don't
on
worry.
there.
Roy, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing there, sir?
Good, man.
So what are you up to these days, man? I mean, are you working anywhere, doing anything?
No, right now, since Bowman Gray's been stayed out of the clear with the COVID-19 stuff, I pretty much been taking the off season this year because where I'm battling cancer right now. I got the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma going on, and I'm trying to stay out of the clear of racing right now. Try to get my health back in shape. Probably hopefully get better before next year, and go from there. And as an official at Bowman Gray and any other racing circuit, it's my job to make sure the drivers are safe, make sure they're doing anything and everything before they get on the track. As a safety inspector aspect, you have to do your job and make sure your job is created to be as efficient and professional as your job at the time.
How long have you been at Bowman Gray?
Well, I've been at Bowman Gray almost 12 years. I started off on a mini stock team. I worked with them for 2.5 years, and come from the aspect of working on a race team and being behind the scenes. You do the best of both worlds because where it is biased, and even though I got friends to the racing circuit and all that, and it's kind of hard to have your friends racing as you as an official too.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be a little tough. Now, Bowman Gray it's its own little place, man. I'm gonna tell you right now that place is that's out of the ordinary compared to other places. How in the world do you guys keep everything in order down there? Because I've been there. I've watched the fans go nuts. I've seen drivers go nuts. I've seen everything happen there. So how do y'all keep everything under control?
Man, it's like a circus. You gotta keep your controls in control when it comes on the racetrack. Because when we talk to them doing race meets, the race meets doing drivers meeting, they're forward. Some of them, I guess, they goes that one there to another. It's a fun sport. It's a fun game because out of my family, I'm the only one who's involved with NASCAR in the dirt industry as a dirt official as well. And I've been watching it since I growed up, and I pensed myself one time, hey, I'm gonna do the sport, and I'm gonna do it and go to school, and that's what I did.
How did you get involved originally? Like, how did that start?
Well, I talked to one of my buddies that's good friends with the official sides in our sponsor, and he said, "Well, let's bring him on board and see how he does and stuff like that." And pretty much what I do, I run a lot. I make sure everything's all right. When a car comes in, I go inspect it, see if it's all right, see if it's going to be okay for them to put it back on the track. Because if you put that car back on the track, it's going to put ourselves in harm, the track crew and the EMS units in harm too. That's why I love my job so much, because it's a big old racing family.
Now, have you ever worked with some guy named Brian Morehouse?
I have worked beside him at Bowman Gray Stadium when the Wheeling Tour came to Bowman Gray Stadium for a couple of years. And on the outside of Bowman Gray, I've been knowing him for probably about a couple of years. Great man to know. If you ever need 811, to call Brad Morehouse, and he'll take care of you.
You're good. I see how you work. You're good at that.
Did Brian already talk to you or something?
No.
That was good.
Yeah. Now when you look at Bowman Gray and look at some of those guys that race there, you have some guys there that Jason Myers. He's one of my favorites. Jason Myers.
Myers.
I got one of them too. But Jason Myers and Burt Myers, Tim Brown, all those guys that race there. That has got to be so much fun on a weekly racing series with those guys. It's got to be fun. I mean, they seem to
great talent. They give so much talent on the racetrack, and they know what to do and perform as a racer. When it comes to them racing and being friends with them on outside racing, you learn a lot more about their aspect of driving in anything, because all three of them run in the Wheeling series for many years outside Bowman Gray and stuff, like Caraway and all that with the tour and stuff. It's fun. It's fun to know that the job that I like doing as an official and the job I like being friends in the racing community means a whole lot. Going from there.
I don't know how Bert gets his helmet on, because his head's so damn big. Just he's Burt Myers,
Go up to Burt Myers and point your finger, man. You better get your stuff together.
Yes, sir. Because I'm ready for 2021. Because we got all these new chassis coming out. The Cup Series got that Gen 6 chassis coming out, and body. And believe it or not, they put the car in the wind tunnel, and it's a lot more better dynamics, aerodynamics, more wind velocity over the top of the hood.
Man, you don't need to worry about too much aerodynamics down there at Bowman Gray. You got to worry about finishing the race down there.
Right. At Bowman Gray, what I like about Bowman Gray is it's the first home track that was ever built back when you had like the old heads, like Gary Myers, Billy Myers, and all them running out there at Bowman Gray Stadium back in the day. Now, from the aspect from then and now, it's still the same. It's the same moto.
It's hard for me to understand. Now, we're here at Langley Speedway. We get good crowds here. Of course, we're COVID-19 right now.
Yes.
But that time I went to Bowman Gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk in that place and it is jam packed. I mean,
hey, it's like football night, but it's race night at Bowman Gray. We have more fans. We have more fans in the racing season than the college has in the football season.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
And to be at that, and being that, now they're doing some upgrades and stuff there too, right? At Bowman Gray. Yeah, I know they were going to do some upgrades and everything. So things might look a little different when you come back, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for it because they're gonna tear the track up, redo the track, put some banking in the corners and down on the apron, come from there, and put Wi-Fi and stuff off through the stadium so fans could live stream and put it all over Facebook and stuff to make more fans to the stands. And we're the most weekly racing on the racing circuit in the wheeling series that any other wheeling track's ever seen before. That's coming from the NASCAR history, of all the fans and all the people who ever seen the Madhouse in Race Night at Bowman Gray. You probably saw it on the racing show on for Race Night at Bowman Gray, but that's what brings the aspect to the game when it comes to race fans and people seeing us. We got people come from Canada and everywhere, all over the United States and outside.
Yeah. Now, is it true? Now I've heard that if you fight at Bowman Gray, if you don't do it on the front stretch, you don't get fined. If you do it in the outside pitch, you get fined.
Yes, you get fined good, and we will spend you for a couple race meets, or if it's indefinitely, like we take your NASCAR license, put you on the blackboard, therefore you cannot race any NASCAR event by NASCAR. If you get caught on their property, they get you for trespassing.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Now, Roy,
Yes,
what does your family say about you being involved in racing? They think you're crazy?
They all didn't think I had the talent for it, but I went to school for it. Then I started talking to my family more about what's going on. And I thought, I'm in the racing community, somewhere that I like out of the aspect of going to school and learning the dynamics and all about racing. It just makes me feel like I'm doing something important in life as a professional job, and anything on the outside of racing and the racing community, and with my personal. With my family on the outside too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is it? Now, does your family ask you now that Michael Jordan's getting involved in the sport? Have they sort of been like, hey, what is this big deal? Because Michael Jordan doing anything is a big deal, but him coming into our sport, it's a big deal for us for sure.
Well, for Michael Jordan being part of the UNC Chapel Hill sports complex, it looks like it makes it look more severe with him coming into the NASCAR Cup Series with his team with Danny Hamilton and Bubba Wallace in the Presta 23 of his number where he used in basketball is going to be on the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's just crazy, dude, how everything is. Everybody says, it's this and that about racing. No, it's a lot more to do in racing than it is to race, too. It's the safety of your fans, your crew members, and as us as officials, it's our job to make sure everything works out like should be in the pits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
All right, Roy, we appreciate you being with us tonight, man. Thanks for spending some time. Maybe we can get you back on here and you can tell us some stories about Bowman Gray and who you had to argue with down there.
All right. I'll make a trip. I'll have to make a trip to Langley Speedway.
But you never had to argue with Jason Myers, right?
Once. That was once on TV. He told me to move out of the way, and I'm sitting here to make sure they're doing what they was doing. And he's like, man, get out of the way. And I was like, he pushed me a little bit, but that's racing. My job is to make sure everything's
All right, dude. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Appreciate y'all. If you ever need 811, call Brad Morehouse. He's the best in the game.
Boy, he got you trained. I tell you right. He's got you trained. All right, man.
Thanks, Roy. Hey, man, and good luck with the stuff, and hope everything goes well with the cancer stuff, bud.
Yes, sir. I got 3 more months of it. I'll be ready to roll.
Good deal, man.
All right, man. Yes. Appreciate it. Talk to you again soon, okay?
Thanks, Roy.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You too, bud. He's such a nice guy, man.
He's cool. He's from North Carolina.
I told you he talks his country. He's from
North Carolina.
Ain't no mistaking where he's from.
All right, now you done sit here and sit here with Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Scott may not show up sometime. You want to come over here and help do the show?
Absolutely. Anytime.
He's been offering this shit up to everybody. So don't feel special. He had this 10-year-old kid last week going to take my job.
Oh, wow.
I'm a 10-year-old
I
kid.
don't know. I was just making that part up.
Well, you
It
know,
was who was it? It was some girl.
Cheyenne, right? It was the last one.
Cheyenne Strandberg.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, I gotta
But you gotta know how to run the program. You don't. You just hit the live button. Pretty easy.
Have you seen him do anything that really was technologically? You know?
That's what I'm saying, though. You know the ability he's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going racing. You said you don't race this week, right?
No, I thought we did, but we're not. We're
The
off.
10th is our next race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the 10th. We're off a week, and then we got back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready, Cole. I'm ready.
Hope you have a good race when you're racing him again.
Yep.
Put another sticker heading up to our sticker.
I sure will. I'm
love
going to do it every time now.
You should. That's pretty funny.
All right, that's our show for tonight. Want to thank Jared and everybody, all the Clarks for coming out here with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
And thanks, Mama, for
Yeah,
some
thanks.
dinner.
I'm gonna get a hold of that in a minute. But
Now look, hold
And
on. If I move him out of the way and I win the next race, I want a picture with your mom and Victory Lane.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. He won't win then. He won't win. If I have to run on the track.
hey, she don't have to worry about that picture.
I've been waiting for that. I almost forgot. I almost forgot.
Now-
Good that play.
Now, last week you made a mistake that I got blamed for, and I
I
want to.
made a mistake. That doesn't happen.
I'm going to get that straight right now. Today is not August the 11th.
I seen that. I didn't say anything.
Today is not August
I
the
seen
11th. You did that last week, and you done it again this week.
I just copy and paste.
You don't need to be copied. You need to go and copy the right one.
But
I got a phone call at home last week.
who was that?
I ain't gonna 811. He called me at home and he said, you didn't have GAC on there and you had the wrong date on there. And then you come back with, Chuck, I knew, and you made some comment, and it was you that done it. So I knew it wasn't me. So it's done again. So we need to make sure that gets changed.
But you go in there and put the people that's going to be in the show. You got to fix
Okay,
it.
well, I fix mine when I do it. Obviously, you're not fixing yours. Anyway, all right, next week's show. Roger Sawyer is going to be with us next week.
Yeah, that's going to be
That's
pretty
gonna be
cool.
cool.
I mean,
That's gonna be
Roger's
cool.
been around a long time. Langley Speedway guy. Worked in the Cup Series for a while. Back here.
Kyle Weatherman, the Xfinity driver, is going to be with us next week.
Okay.
And also Will Bellamy.
Who's that?
He's the PR manager at Kingsport Speedway.
Okay.
So he's going to bring us up to date on everything, as we have another guy out there who has Jack Dodson stickers on his car, and he's won like 12 races in a row out there. So he's won a bunch of races, and Riley Music's won a bunch of races.
Sounds like
And,
he's a
he
commentator.
goes all the way across the state to Kingsport, and he's won a bunch of races.
How many has Scott won? Can't see him. Not there.
You think my co-host would be a little nicer to me? You know?
I did. I gave you some credit earlier, and that's all you get.
Enjoy.
So anyway, that's gonna be it's gonna be a good show next week. So hope everybody will tune in. I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. Scott's gonna go back and change the date because he's gonna have everybody think it's August 11th, and I'll probably get a phone call before I even get halfway home tonight. Tell me that it's wrong. So anyway, all right, that's our show for tonight. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Good show, Jack.
It was a good show.
I was just going in.
It was a good. I thank you. That's all that matters. And also before we go, one more disclaimer: Jared is not
No.
the Pro 6 champion as of right now.
As of now. Nope. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
How many races have you won with the sticker?
I haven't raced in a few years. In
Decades?
No, it's ain't been decades, but I haven't raced in a few years, and I don't have stickers on my on a race car. I'm thinking about putting one on.
Speaking of Mr. 811,
I'm thinking about putting it on my lawnmower. Anyway, all right,
guys.
thank y'all. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, man.